have a problem. Today is March 24th, it's a Tuesday, and I want to buy more books, but I can't because I have a bunch on my physical TBR. We gotta read that before we buy more. So that's what we're gonna do. Me, you, us. We're gonna read my physical TBR. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have that many books on my physical TBR. I don't have like 100 books, not even 10. I might have like 8 max, but that's a lot to me, especially because I don't have anywhere else to put more books and we gotta read them. So what's on my physical TBR so far? I'm not going to read all of it in one video because we all know how it went last time I tried to read a bunch of books in one day only. It was not fun. I was going crazy by the end of it. If you want to see that video, I'll leave it somewhere in the description or in the cards, I don't know, but it didn't go as well as I planned because I was desperate to do anything else than reading. So I think I'm gonna part this into like 2 or 3 videos. And what do we have on my physical TBR? Let me tell you. First, the book I chose to start reading, A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. This is the second book of the Gold Rush Ranch. I've read the first one, I've read the third one, and yes, I did read the third book before the first and the second because I didn't know it was a series. I thought it was just a standalone. It doesn't make any difference. So I read the first and the third one, now I want to read the second one, and I don't even own the fourth one, so we have to finish the ones we have before we buy the fourth one. We also have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver as well, and it's the second book of the Rose Hill series. I've read the first one, didn't love it, but I'm willing to give this series a second try, I think. I'm not too excited because I really thought the first one was kind of boring and I don't love the single dad trope, but maybe I'll enjoy it. A God of Wrath and Lies by K.M. Moronova. I've only seen one person talking about this book, and it's a book talker, a Portuguese book talker that showed up on my For You page, and I was intrigued. She really just said reverse harem, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. These 3 gods will be the end of me. That's what says, like, right. Kind of want to read this, but at the same time I don't want to read it just yet because then I have to buy the next ones. There's 2 more, but this is the Pine Hollow series, book 1. Then we have one I'm not excited about. I've attempted to read. I kind of just DNF'd it for a while, but I'm gonna give it a second try, I believe, because this has been sitting on my shelf for more than like 2 years. So yeah, this is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. Not everyone, but a lot of people love this. I tried. I was on like chapter 8, but it was kind of confusing me because a lot of things were happening in this book. I think I'm gonna try it just for the sake of reading it and the sake of getting rid of it. Another one I've been pushing with my belly because I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't know if it's even good. I don't know why I bought it. My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. I don't even know what this is about anymore. I knew once and I bought it, apparently. However, I've read a book written by L.J. Shen and let me tell you, I kind of hated it. So I feel like that's the reason I've been delaying this one. And then we have the 3 books I'm more excited about. These are my newest editions. I bought them like last week. I kind of wanted to read the older ones first, and this is God Killer by Hannah Kenner, and I'm really excited for this. This is about like fallen gods, forbidden gods. Yeah, I love the whole mythology vibe, and this is fantasy. Yeah, also this is book 1 of the Fallen Gods trilogy. There's 2 more, so which means that if I read this now, then I'm gonna have to buy the other 2 because I've been seeing a pattern this year. Every book I fucking read this year was a first book in a series, and that's a problem because now I've read a bunch of first books and now I have to buy a bunch of second, thirds, fourth books. We have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and I'm really excited for this one. I have no idea what this is about. Everyone says this is like a 5 stars and that they love it, so I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna enjoy it because I say so and I want to so bad. Another first one in a series. Yes, you did guess correctly. On Wings of Blood. This is the first book of a Bloodwing Academy. I'm excited to read this. Yes, I want to read it really bad, especially because it's about vampires and it's like academic rivals, I think, or something, but it's like academic vibes. Yeah, it's the first one in a series. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to do a list of every book I need to buy, like series wise, and I need to start saving my fucking money so I can buy them. But yeah, the month is ending, and so this gives me a clean slate for April. In April, I'm gonna be able to buy a couple more books and I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna be real fucking smart. Let's start reading A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. Now I'm gonna be eating my not so aesthetic pasta because I'm starving, so it's not aesthetic, but it's good, and that's what matters. Okay, I am roughly 50% into the book, and I think this is gonna be a 5 stars. I'm predicting it because up until now I've been reading non-stop. I stopped for lunch and to do an online class, and I can't stop reading this book. I've just been loving the whole thing, you know, and they were like talking for a while as like 2 anonymous people, and I'm fucking loving this. I'm loving this. I think this is gonna be a 5 stars, and I haven't given 5 stars to a romance book in a while. I think it was ever since Rewind It Back, maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I'm really excited about this, and now I want to have the 4th book, but I don't, and that makes me sad because like I don't want to let it go. This is a turn of events. I thought I was just going to be bored out of my mind reading like these romance books that I've been postponing. Podes parar de tomar banho na minha cama. But this is a turn of events and I'm really excited. And also my makeup's pissing me off, so I think I'm just gonna take it off. I'm outside, I'm touching some grass and walking my dog. I'm afraid this book is too good. It's turning out too good for my own well-being because I can't stop reading it. I have nothing else to do. I've done all my obligations for the day, but still, like, I cannot stop reading it. It's so good, and I'm almost finishing, so I'll probably in the next clip it'll be me just giving you guys a review and choosing another book to read. And my dog is still sleepy. She's sleepy because she was sleeping and I woke her up so we could come for a walk because she needs to pee. Right. Ai, tanto barulho. Tô gravando. But yeah, chega. I got in my pajamas and took off all my makeup because I just didn't feel like it. I wasn't comfortable. I finished A Photo Finish, and let me tell you, 5 stars. 5 fucking stars. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read this book, I'm gonna put a timestamp when it's safe for you to watch again because I'm gonna give some spoilers while talking about this book. Where should I start? I freaking loved the fact that they met online, like in an adult forum or some, but I love the fact that they met online, came into real life, but not in the same way, yeah, because she ghosted him. But I like the fact that she ghosted him, and he said in the beginning of the book, like, oh, I don't know if she saw my other messages before she logged off, but we only found out about those messages, what he had texted her, a little bit over half of the book. It made sense to me. I also enjoyed in the, main conflict, it felt supernatural the way he solved it. He had a problem, he talked to the therapist, and he came to the realization that he wanted to be with her, so then, he did things so he could get her back. And I like that it felt natural, because sometimes in these books they get to the part where they're both miserable and everything's boring because they're just both miserable without each other, but neither of them do anything about it until someone does, and sometimes that takes a little bit of the book, and I feel like that's boring. I like it to be natural. I like it to be like, okay, I fucked up, I talked to someone about it, that someone tells me I fuck up, I change. Because I feel like in real life, if you do some shit and you feel bad about it, and you talk to someone about it, and that person calls you out, and you don't like it, because you realize that you fucked up and that wasn't a good behavior, you change. If you're like a sane, normal person with something inside, you will change and do the work. And I feel like sometimes in books it doesn't feel like it. They just, I don't know, I don't like it. Maybe it's just my preference in people in general, like smart, intelligent, emotionally mature people. But yeah, loved it. 5 stars. Next read, Say You Swear. I now remember why I DNF'd this book before. It sounds so juvenile. I know they're freshly out of high school and going into college. I'm in chapter 4, by the way. I restarted it. They're 18, 19 max. And I've been there not too long ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Not too long ago I was there. I know, we're kids, we're stupid, whatever. But it's I feel weird reading this book. I feel weird because it's I feel like I'm seeing it through a child's lens. The way it's written, it's so childish. I don't know, it's the vocabulary. It's really teenager-like. And I think that's what makes me uncomfortable. It's not childish in child way, but in teenager, too young type of way. And I feel like that makes me uncomfortable. I know I'm only 22. And I'm just, yeah, I'm young too. But I don't know. Yeah, but I'm having a lot of fun reading it. Good morning! I'm going to my therapist appointment right now. I have 20 minutes to get there. Don't mind my pimple patches because I don't know what's been going on with my skin, but it's pissing me off. Yeah, I didn't read much yesterday night, but I'm in chapter 15. It's been hard. Not gonna lie. And let me explain why. Besides everything I said yesterday about the writing and the way it's narrated being like too teenager, childish for me to enjoy it, there's also the thing where I'm not liking that a lot has been happening. It's like there's Chase, right? Her childhood sweetheart, childhood crush, whatever, and then Noah shows up and Noah likes her. Chase does not, but also does, but whatever, and she can't get over Chase even though he blatantly rejected her right after they had, you know, I don't know, the vibes are so off. And I'm gonna make a prediction, okay, before I have to actually go. My prediction is she dates Noah, right? Ariana ends up dating Noah and kind of forgetting about Chase, but not really. She's always hung up on Chase. And then she breaks Noah's heart or something like that, like they break up or something, because she likes Chase. And I feel like there's gonna be some pregnancy thing sometime in this book. I feel like that's gonna be a thing. I don't like it, but that's my prediction. But now I gotta go to therapy because reading these kinds of books, I'll get back to reading after my appointment. I knew it. Called it. I knew it. Currently, I'm in page 369, which is chapter 37. It's literally last sentence in chapter 37. You lost the baby. I knew it, I called it, I hate it because this is feeling such like a Wattpad fanfic. I'm not mad about it, but I'm not liking it either, if that makes sense. So I would say I'm like 70% in. This is what I have left. So I think I'm gonna finish this today still. It's been kind of fun. It's been okay. So I'm not having the worst time ever. Let's just say it like that. Okay. I finished Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, and I gotta give this 3 stars. I'm not mad at this, but I don't see like the hype at the same time. I don't like the love triangle, and the main conflict of the book felt a little bit too fanficky, because literally I've read better fanfics on Wattpad. Because basically the plot is a girl who's going to college, has this group of friends, and she has always been in love with one of them, and then he rejects her. So then she gets into college, she meets this guy and she falls in love with him, and they get into a relationship, but then like she still has like unresolved feelings for this childhood crush. But then she realizes she loves this new guy and that she actually doesn't like the other one anymore. So then she goes in to get him and she gets run over, she loses her memories, gets amnesia or whatever the fuck. I didn't like it. And she gets pregnant in the middle of it. Maybe it's just me, because I remember that like 2 years ago this was a hit. Everyone was talking about this book and everybody was like 5-starring this book. It was pleasant to read. It kept me entertained, but I've read better. I'm gonna need to be really smart about this because I'm having this really huge urge to read Shatter Me again. I don't know why, because I never reread books. I don't know, I never reread books. I prefer to, you know, just move on to new books, but today I'm feeling the urge to reread Shatter Me. But this is a video about reading my physical TBR, and the Shatter Me series is not on my to be read list anymore because they were read already. This video is about my physical TBR. I didn't forget it and I'm gonna do it, so I'll sleep on it. I'll figure out what book I want to read next. Good morning. Don't mind me and my eye patches because my eyes are super puffy. I had a really hard night and that's what happens when shit happens. Whatever. I've decided what book I'm gonna read. By the way, it's currently 8:55 in the morning. I woke up like 30 minutes ago or something because I couldn't sleep anymore. I'm kind of not in the mood today for anything else, so I'm just gonna read. I'm going to drown my sorrows in a book. And what book have I chosen to make me feel better, which it's not gonna, by the way. Wild Eyes. What was my thinking process? Okay, hear me out. I want to read fantasy so bad because that's the book genre I've been loving most for the past half a year. The thing is, I still have a lot of unread romances and I know that I'm not gonna read them ever. If I keep buying romantasy and fantasy books, I'm never going to finish the romances I own. I'm going to be reading Wild Eyes so I can keep on the series because I've bought the two first books, so now I need to have the whole series, right? But that's not the point. That's not the fucking point. I still want to read romances, don't get me wrong. I've just been preferring romantasy because I love the fantasy, the whimsical vibes of it all. Sometimes romances only make me feel like, oh shit, like reality is not like this. Okay, this is such a dark thought to have. I'm in a weird mood today, okay? I'm in a not so good mood today, so like just don't mind me. I kind of read like 5 pages or some yesterday at night just to, you know, feel a little bit of it, get a little taste. Hi, Carolina from the future, but I was editing this video and I realized I forgot to film a review for Wild Eyes, and I also didn't make an outro, so this is the outro and the review. Wild Eyes. I finished reading it today. Today is Friday, the 27th of March, so one day after the last clip of the video, and I finished it this morning. I gave it a 5 stars because this was surprisingly good. I loved how Elsie Silver made the single dad trope. It's not usually one I go for, and this was so well written. I loved it. It was so endearing, the whole book. I literally couldn't stop reading, but I know that's an Elsie Silver thing. I love her books and always have loved them. Sometimes the first one in the series is kind of like a pilot thing, so I don't like it as much. So then I get a little bit, you know, cautious with the next ones, but I always end up loving them. So this was a 5 stars. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna be back with more videos like this. I love reading for you guys and I love reading on camera and sharing my thoughts and my opinions. And if you want a spoiler-free video, let me know because I love to talk about books. So I kind of get carried away and I need to share my thoughts, okay? But yeah, I hope you liked the video and see you in the next one.